Okay, this is Henry, and Henry has been hibernating, but woke up, I think 2 weeks ago or so. A very big hedgehog. Henry is blind, so we look after Henry, make sure he's all right. We feed him, we give him water, we give him a little home. He's got a little personal garden. As you can see, he's very spiky. I'm just going to weigh Henry just to see what his weight is. We do this in the summer times, we do this near enough every other day, but I want to make sure I've not weighed him yet. So over hibernation they do lose weight. Now he was a big old hedgehog before hibernation, but he's obviously lost some weight. Oh, he's still a big hedgehog at 980 grams, so that's a big hedgehog. Let's bring him out here. So while I've got Henry in my hands, I can show you. So obviously hedgehogs, they have lots of spines on them, and these spines are really prickly, and they use these spines for protection, mainly for predators and things like that. So anything that wants to have a little trouble with a hedgehog will have a hard job, because they're like needles, these spines. They're very sharp, and you've got to wear gloves obviously to hold the hedgehog, because it can hurt my hands. But they're called quills, so they're spines or quills, and they're the same as hair on your arms and things like that. So they're made up of the same material, and actually on a microscope really closely they look very similar to hairs, but obviously they're much bigger. They're quite flexible, they move quite a bit, and they can be controlled independently actually. There's a big skirt that goes around a hedgehog, around the base here, and what they can do, they can clench in that skirt. There's a muscle, they clench that in, it brings the whole body into their big round ball like this, and they do this when they're sleeping, hibernating, or for protection. And they also do it when they're turned upside down. They don't really like being turned upside down, but it's the easiest way for us to weigh the hedgehog. So, but if I turn the hedgehog the correct way up, old Henry will uncurl. So I will try and show you Henry's face. We'll try. Oh, not too happy about it, but there you go, there's his face. And he's got so he's blind in both eyes, but he's missing one eye actually. Let's have a look here, Henry. See if I can show them your eye. Here's his little face, his little nose. So they've got a little nose. They have quite big ears actually, but most of the time the ears they have are quite small. Some of them are quite big, but the ears that they normally have are quite small, and they've got a little nostril. They can smell really well, they can hear really well, but they can't actually see too well because they're nocturnal. Most of the time they are obviously out at the night looking, foraging for food. So little Henry here spends most of his times in the evenings looking for food, and then during the day sleeping. But yeah, and they've got long sharp claws they use for foraging, and most of the time the front claws are the only ones they really use. The back claws are used for running, so when they run, they sort of run with the back feet. But yeah, there's little Henry, or big Henry shall I say. And underneath they're really furry. So underneath they've got a lot of fur, they're really soft, and they can obviously contain a lot of heat with that fur as well. So, and the amount of spines they have is a huge amount, up to 5,000 to 7,000 spines. So it's quite a lot. He can smell something now. He's trying to bite the cover. Look, you can smell something on the cover. So yeah, right, let's put Henry back. We're giving him away, and then we can carry on. Here we go. He's anointing himself now. So what they do, so he's obviously smelt something on that cover there, a strong scent, and now he's had a little nibble of it, and now he's anointing himself. He's licking themselves. Whenever they encounter a strong smell, they start anointing themselves with their tongue. So they lick their spines, and a little froth comes up. You see, I don't know how close can we get here. Probably not that close, but he's starting to sort of froth up on his spines there. It's probably because you can smell some other hedgehog that's been on here, or some food actually, because we're right next to the food store. So it's Henry. Right, let's put him back.